Hey everybody, this is Soph,
This is Rich
and we are from
from
across
across
the
the
pond.
pond.
It's Friday, people. Oh, we made it. Booyaka.
Oh, that was no enthusiasm there.
Booyaka.
That was a come down, blimey.
I know. How was your week?
My week was fun. My week was okay, thank you. It was ups and downs, really. I ain't gonna lie. Alfie's back at school 5 days a week. Now, I don't mean to sound so excited. I love my son, but just before he went back to school, there's a car insurance advert here called Go Compare, which's got a big guy with a mustache. Go Compare. That's all he says throughout the advert, right? Some other words. Alfie sung that solidly for 3 days. 3 days, like. So I was great. I was grateful the school opened just so I didn't have to hear that bloody song one more time. So thank you, Alfie. So Alfie went back to school. Normal-ish life is trying to resume. I'm trying to get some business in now. Not that I wasn't trying anyway, but now the ban is lifting, I can hype it up a bit, get the old hustle on. I had a call from my dad in the week that my stepsister had had a little fall, so unfortunately she's in hospital, so I'm sending big love to her.
Big love. Big love.
Yes,
Big love.
the biggest. I actually, you said it either last week or the week before, but I actually didn't feel very well in the week for a couple of days, and I haven't felt ill for bloody ages. Like, I'm not, me or Alfie, we're not sicky people. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, it kind of swept me off my feet a bit. I wasn't like sick, but I just felt really unwell. Yes, Wednesday evening, I suppose, and yesterday. But today I'm back. Woo! Giving it the large one. I am back. But yeah, apart from that, just trying to get into normal life. My dad said, please tell me you've done something this week, because every week, darling, you say the same thing. I ain't done nothing. And I was like, well, we're not allowed. What do you want me to say? I'm not going to lie or make something up. But no, maybe next week, as the country opens up a little bit more, I'll have something a little bit more exciting to say. But for now, business as usual.
Yeah. I ain't mad at you. I had a pretty decent week. Work was decent. I'm still eggy about the whole 3 to 11:30, but there's nothing I can really do about that for right now. So
Right with it.
I'm just making the best of it. Also, the weather has changed here to where it was in the 60s for the last couple of days, and then yesterday it hit high 73 degrees here. Sun, not a cloud in the sky. It was blue. It was nice, and guess what? I spent it watching it on the inside of a warehouse.
Wow, you could have sent it over here. We've had like storms, rain, winds, gusting, the lot.
Oh, well, guess what? You brought that rain to us last night. It's been raining ever since.
Sharing is caring.
You know? All right, so what's going on in the news for you?
Oh my God, your week was actually more boring than mine for once.
I know, right?
What's going on in the news? Okay, one of the big things, which I ain't going to talk about too much because it's part of serious Sunday. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, did an interview with Oprah on Monday. I think it aired in America like 2 a.m. in the morning. Then it came here 9 o'clock in the evening, I think. I did watch it, and I do personally think it's a good watch. I ain't going to talk about it too much because it's a small part of Serious Sunday, but that seems to be a big topic in the news at the minute. Like Piers Morgan, I love Piers, basically went on telly on the Tuesday after it aired.
I heard he tore into them.
he basically said he don't believe her, don't believe anything that they said. And so him and this other guy called Alex Beresford, who's a news reporter, who's a bit hot. But anyway, he finally nipped back at him and was like, mate, who do you think you are saying that you don't believe her, blah, blah, blah. Pierce walked off and now he's totally left the show for good. He's gone. He don't require to come back. So my man's left morning TV.
Morgan, you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you, I've watched one of his joints. He's an ish starter, though. I liked him at first. But I think, you know, we're gonna dip our toes in this a little bit. We're gonna talk about it on Sunday, but just a little bit. I think he does a lot of stuff for ratings. I don't think he.
I don't. I tell you what, I think he's very opinionated, and he's got his opinion. And regardless of what anyone else says, fact or fiction, he's not going to allow you to change his mind. So therefore, he's very headstrong, and what he says, not being rude, typical man, what he says is right, you know. So therefore, he's going to drill it into you, regardless of what your argument is.
Well, now, the judges from one of these shows, American Idol or The Voice,
he did for a little while, but
he was like a British version of Simon Cowell for a minute. So now I don't take him too serious, to be honest.
I don't necessarily 100% always. Don't get me wrong, I love him. I don't always agree with what he said. Like when he said he don't believe anything they said, I don't agree with that. But I agree with the way that he isn't scared to say what he thinks. Like me on this show, really. I always drop my foot in it and say what I think.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with, you know, speaking your mind and having your own opinion, but I think I watched a couple of his shows and I'm just kind of baffled at how he just does it. Like he had, you know what I mean, like with some tact. I think I just feel like he says a lot of stuff to get rise out of people.
Well, he used to be a journalist for a newspaper, so maybe that's where that comes from. I don't know. But he always is basically, he doesn't do the whole nicey, softly. He's like, wham, bam, get in there, ma'am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And he does another show called, like, not a talk show. Oh, shies, what's it called? Something with interview with Piers Morgan or something. So he just does a one-on-one with celebrities, you know, like he had Chris Eubank on the other week, where he just thrashes out and they go through like their life story and stuff. I really like that show as well. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, that's dominated the news basically this week.
Yeah, it's dominated the news over here. I think it aired last weekend.
Or Sunday.
Yeah, it aired Sunday here. I didn't really watch it. I watched bits and pieces because I totally missed it. But I personally liked the interview. And then you know how I am. I was doing research, and it was done like months ago, and it was actually a 3-hour interview. And
we only saw like an hour and 50 minutes, I think.
Yeah, Oprah said she had to edit a lot of stuff. She had to edit from 3 hours to an hour and a half, I think. Okay. And she said a lot of what they prepared for, and they were saying, now you can probably correct me if I'm wrong or not, but they were saying that the Queen said that she was caught off guard or something like that in the news. But then Oprah said that wasn't true because Harry said that he talks to his grandma all the time. And then she went on to say that the Queen also had said something in the news about how she talks to her grandson on a regular basis. So she shouldn't have been caught off guard.
This is the thing. You know what they say? There's always 3 sides to the truth: your version, their version, and the truth. You know. So at the end of the day, we're never ever going to find out the truth.
Yeah. Well, let me get a little juicy gossip on the news. Did you hear that? You know that whole split up with Kanye and Kim, right? Did you hear that?
He's changed his numbers?
Changed all his numbers and told her she got to reach him through his security. Oh, it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly.
You know, now she's gonna want more than that $51 million house.
I know, right? And then what else is going on in the news here? Our president finally signed that stimulus check bill. So everybody, not everybody, the rich people ain't getting nothing.
Okay.
That's all I know about that. But then you know what I did hear? I did hear that they said that it's a temporary fix. Like, you know, the relief that he signed is like a temporary fix. It's nothing permanent. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm kind of over the whole. You know how we get down. We kind of over it. I don't know if you're going to get the shot, but here you got to register because there is none. There's none to give out. And then here in Pennsylvania, guess what they were doing? Some people were getting the second dose and never got the first dose.
Well, no, because that makes sense, right? I mean, if you just wait a couple of weeks, somebody else will have invented another one because that's what seems to be happening there.
I know. Well, Johnson & Johnson got that one. It's a 1 series shot. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, that be that in the news update and what has happened this week across the pond.
Across the pond.
Friday.
All right.
Funday.
Here we go. It is fun.
Give it to us, Rich. What is it today?
We're going to talk about Ratchet TV. And if you don't know what Ratchet TV is, it's reality shows.
Reality TV.
Now, you know, I think I was like in high school when reality shows really jumped off.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, in fact, I was having a conversation with somebody because I was thinking to myself, what was the first reality TV show I remember hearing? To me, the first one was Big Brother. But like you say, that wasn't until was in our teens. So I was thinking, really? Like we're not that old. So I spoke to someone and I was like, what was the first reality TV show you remember? Is it Big Brother? And he was like, no. He said Blind Date, but to me Blind Date came under like the game show umbrella, like, you know, when you went in and you had to pick a blind date and then you'd go off for a holiday and come back and you'd say, yes, I want to date this person, or no, I don't. So I thought that was more of a game show type thing. So for me, it's Big Brother.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw two of them. Well, you know me, I got to throw two or three.
Oh, yeah, one's never enough.
I think that, to me, honestly, I think the very first reality show was Real World New York.
What was that about?
And it was like, you know, 7 people trapped in a house. It was on MTV.
Okay.
And then they had Real World New York, and then they had Real World San Francisco, where they had this guy who had AIDS. He passed away. Then you had Puck, and he was this skater dude that like spit. Oh, he was nasty.
So weren't they allowed out? They just got locked in and weren't allowed out?
No, they just followed them around the house. They picked all these people from different areas, put them in the house. But
that's what I mean. They wasn't allowed out of the house.
What do you mean wasn't allowed out of the house? They just recorded them. They just recorded their...
That's what I'm saying. They recorded their life, or they recorded them inside the house. That was it.
They just recorded them inside the house, outside the house.
Oh, like, okay. So just their life in general.
Yeah. And then you had... Then after that, there was a Fear Factor, which I thought was a reality show.
I've only ever seen Fear Factor with Luda. I haven't seen any before that.
Oh, well, Luda, that's new. The old one had Josh Rogan in it, and he was the man. And he used to always go, fear is not a factor for you when you win. You had to eat something disgusting. It was gross. But then I kept thinking, that can't be right. Because now I'm thinking Survivor was probably the first reality show.
What was that? I just thought of another one, Challenge Annika, but that was more of a game show.
They got stuck when they put them on that island and they had to survive.
You got a totally different one. I'm clueless.
Henceforth Survivor.
Whoa! Oh no!
Who knew?
So let me
But
ask you this: do you? Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, excuse me, people. All up on here is early. Excuse me. Go ahead.
You just got something here.
No, I don't be saying that. I'm looking right at myself too. Don't be. Anywho, that's what I remember as one of the 3 shows I can remember back in the day. And then Making the Band, P. Diddy's reality.
I did watch Making the Band with P. Diddy, Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
Diddy, whatever he calls himself these days.
Where they had to walk and get their cheesecake. That's infamous.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you have Big Brother there?
Yeah, I watched Big Brother.
I
don't watch it now. I watched it when it first came out.
But did you watch the English one or you got your own American one?
We got our own American one.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. My brain is racing now because you do research and I just wing it. And I was told earlier, don't do that. At least have notes. And I'm like, me. MTV, like they was probably the start of reality shows, right? Like Making the Band. Then
like Real World. Then there was Making the Band. Then there was the Jersey Shore. Jersey
Shore, yeah. We've got loads of them. Jersey Shore.
They got a bunch of them now.
What's the Welsh one where in the valleys? Maybe that's what it's called, the valleys. That's really ropey. The Only Way is Essex, which I don't watch, even though I love the GC, Gemma Collins. It's all a ploy.
My sons really got into those reality shows. Like,
my
son had me watching Black Ink Crew. It's a reality show where they do tattoos. It's a Black-owned tattoo.
Oh, okay. Do you know what American one I did like? The English one was not the same. America's Next Top Model with Tyra Banks. Oh
no! I love me some Tyra. I don't know where
Who did the English one? Lisa, somebody her name is, but she ain't got nothing on Tyra. But going back to MTV, oh geez, what was that show called with Johnny Knoxville? Would you say that was a reality show?
Jackass?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that.
That was.
Let me tell you, my son. We went to New York, and my son got a picture in front of the Black Ink Crew studio, and that was kind of hot, man. Cause we walked all the way there, and they were like, "Oh, they had two different tattoo spots, which I didn't know. They had one tattoo spot for just the show, but if you actually really wanted a tattoo, you had to go like the other side of town, just about." I was like, "What? We want to get up in here." So we ended up just being able to take a picture in front of them.
Oh, well, it's still a memory to share. But yeah, Jackass, me and Michaela used to watch that. She liked Johnny Knoxville.
That was hilarious.
She liked Johnny Knoxville and I liked Steve-O. Like he used to say to people, have you got any tattoos? And they'd be like, yeah, have you? And he'd be like, yeah, I've got your name on my ass. And they're like, no, you haven't. And they're like, honestly, I have. I bet you $10 I got your name on my ass tattooed. And they're like, okay, bend down, pull his trousers down. But that's what it says, your name. It doesn't say like Rich or Soph. He tattooed your name on his ass.
Steve-O was the man, though. He kind of made that show, I think. And the little midget dude.
Oh, the midget guy, yeah. And there was a really fat guy, wasn't there, with the midget guy? Sorry to be body shamist. I can't think of another way to say it.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of slow, but he was actually funny.
And do you know what reminded me of that, actually? I saw that Steve-O popped up on Instagram earlier and he was saying like he's 25 years sober or something now. And it made me think, geez, I feel old. Like how old was that show?
Really old?
So yeah, I reckon reality TV definitely started with MTV.
You think?
Yeah.
I want to, yeah.
Hold on a minute though, you got to go back because where did old Britney and Justin and Christina start? Is that reality TV really? The whole Mickey Mouse Club thing when they made them singers?
I don't know. You're talking about the Mickey Mouse Club or Corporation?
Whatever it's called. I don't know. We didn't have it here, but that's what they did, didn't they? Go through like some singing show thing.
Oh, Hey, your guess is as good as mine. But I
Yeah.
know right now, though, we call it Ratchet TV, and I'm gonna tell you what's popping right now, and that's that growing up hip hop. I like that. I don't
We
know
don't,
why.
well,
It's
we
got
would have it,
rap
I
in
think, on
it
Sky,
and
but
Bow Wow and all them crazy people up in it. It used to have Omarion and I don't know. It's got so many of them.
Marion, what happened to him? Um,
I think it was
don't you
Omarion.
think there's too many music ones? You know, like there's Pop Idol, then there was X Factor, then there's The Voice, then there was another one,
The Ring was dope.
The
That was
Ring.
Yeah, P. Diddy did that one. That was really good.
We didn't have that one. Then there's the dancing ones, isn't there? Dancing with the Stars.
My dad loves that show.
Really, I used to love Strictly Come Dancing. That's our version, but that's because when I was younger, I used to do ballroom dancing, and I really loved it. But I love watching people dance.
So you think you can dance?
No, I know I can dance.
No, that's a show.
I know, that's what I mean. So there's another one. We have one called Dancing on Ice. Do you have that one there? Probably not, because American people are more sensible. They won't have Betty prancing around on blades on a load of ice.
We do have though. What is Alive? Do you have that?
Alive? What's that?
I mean, Alone. I said Alive. Alone. It's on. I want to say it's like on the Discovery Channel or National Geographic, where they take these people and put them on an island, right? And they have to survive.
Oh, yeah,
And if you can't, yeah, and if like say you get hurt or you just can't take it anymore and you have to hit this button and they come and snatch you out. Now, the kicker of it all is every so many months or so many days, the medical people can actually send you home. That's the crazy part. Like, and then what makes it so bad, you don't know who's all on this island. You're like separated. So like the longer you stay, you know what I mean? You don't know if you're the last person. And the last person that ends up on the show wins all kinds of money.
Yeah, I've seen. I haven't watched it,
show.
but I know what you're talking about. We have one like I think it's called Surviving with Bear Grylls or something. You know who Bear Grylls is?
I love Bear Grylls.
Yeah, so they have one with him.
Man versus Wild. That used to be another show I loved to death.
I like Man versus Food. I don't know about Man versus Wild.
I love me some man. Did you know that dude quit and now they got this redheaded dude doing it?
I haven't seen the new one, but let's be fair, he did.
I like the new one. I like the other dude.
He did pack on some pounds, and I think it was health issues because he's dropped it all off now, ain't he?
Yeah, and he has another show now.
But I would love to do one of those eating challenges. I probably would, unless it was ice cream, I would fail miserably. But I'd like to have a down or go.
Well, you know what? You can also look those up, those eating competitions, so you can try them. They got one here. It's this ice cream joint. I forgot what it's called. It's connected to like a mini golf thing. And they give you this big tub of ice cream. Okay. And if you can eat it, you get like a t-shirt that says that you survived it. But even this is the good thing about it. You still get something if you lose because it says I didn't survive it. It has like
What's
an X
the point
on it.
of that? I'm doing that when I come and visit. Take me there. I want to do the ice cream challenge, and they'll be like, "Yo, this dope chick come from across the pond, and she ate all this ice cream, man."
And then she had the oopsies.
No. Why you got to bring down the tone of the show?
Oopsies?
Now, I know nobody likes him, but for the purpose of this segment, I'm going to mention his name. We have The Apprentice with Alan Sugar, and you had the same thing, but with Donald Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now
he started it.
No, he did not. The Sugar started it over here. Donald Trump copied it.
About that?
I've literally watched every single one, right? I love Alan Sugar. And
Apprentice was dope. The very first one was dope.
Was yours still called The Apprentice with Trump?
We don't even have that show no more. But
is that what it was? It the same name, The Apprentice?
Yeah, it was just called The Apprentice.
Okay, well, let me tell you this.
Guess who did it after Trump? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh God, why? But let
I
me
don't
just tell
even
you
know. I
this.
don't even think I watched it,
I
but it
think
was so.
they've had like, I want to say 12, maybe 15 series, like over the years. And
Mm,
for the first 5 or 6, Alan Sugar, whoever won, would give you a job with a salary of £100,000 in his company. That was the prize. After that, it swapped where you had to go in with a business plan and he would be your business partner and invest £250,000, right?
mm-hmm.
Rewind to when it first started and he would give you a job for £100,000. I applied to go on the show, right? And I got all the way through apart from the final stage. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know why I wanted to go on there? Because in the boardroom every week when he sits there and says, "You're fired," I wanted him to tell me I was fired, and I would have burst out laughing and said, "Thank you. That's all I applied for." But I didn't even get to do that. So, Mr.
I
Sugar,
know
if you're
when.
listening, please be a guest on our show and tell me I'm fired. I would love that.
Well, I know I applied for Real World, but I was like in a teen, and I told my dad they had wrote me back, and I was like, "Dad, they want me to." My dad was like, you ain't leaving this house like that. Mm-mm. We don't do that type of stuff." I just be like, "Yes, sir." So those my dreams of reality TV.
Well, when Big Brother came out, my boss at the time was my mum's best friend Louise, and everyone at our workplace had to have a nickname. Mine was Dolly. Apparently, I got 2 things in common with Dolly Parton. Who knew? So that was where my nickname come from. So she was like, "Dolly, you want to apply to go on there because you would literally give it to them straight." But at the time, you had to, this is how old it was, you had to send in a video of you, like an interview, and no one I knew had a video camera. So that was the only reason I didn't apply. So
I told my dad because I was like young, and you had to get like your parents' permission and all that good jazz. And my dad was like, we ain't doing all that. You can't even keep your room clean. I was like, dang.
what do you think about people that become famous just from appearing on a reality TV show? Like, say here,
The Kardashians.
There's one, yeah, come on. I don't even know if you can cast them because she at least had sex on tape. This is what I mean. They're famous because she had sex on tape with Ray J, a singer.
And her dad was a famous lawyer.
Yeah, well, that probably helped. But let's be honest, how many times during the 22 or 20 series that they had?
Have they even talked about their daddy?
Hold on. How many times did Chloe say throughout that whole thing? "Oh, thanks, Kim. If it weren't for you having sex on tape, we wouldn't be here."
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So basically,
what show
people
we ain't
like
talked about though?
Yeah. Hold on. Can we just class this question? What do you think about people that become famous for being talentless? Like, not being rude. Let's take Kim Kardashian, for example. She weren't a singer. She wasn't a dancer, songwriter, whatever. She became famous because she slept with a singer, rapper, music artist. That's where the fame come from.
I don't know, man. I just think she was just there at the right time. Right place, right time.
Okay, but do you agree with it? Do you agree with talentless people making it millions of pounds when you can see people that have actually got talent that never seem to get a break? It definitely has got to be, it's not what you know, it's who you know, surely.
I agree with that. I mean, I look at it like this: to each his own. You know what I mean? She's like the epitome of the casting couch.
Okay, so if someone said to you, you can have
separate way to the top.
If someone said to you, could have hundreds of millions of pounds, live in a £51 million house with £30,000 just for one sink, all you got to do is have sex with some chick on tape, would you do it?
No. I told you, I think my self-respect would just kill me. You know what I mean? Because like you said, now she's always going to be known. She'll be 80 years old and they'll still be.
But I think she's got to the point where she don't care about that now. She's got so much money.
Yeah, but that stigma will still be attached to her though. Who wants that?
Do you remember that guy Rich who was going to be famous for his talk show, but he ended up leaving so that he could have sex with that woman, and now he's got loads of money? That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. And then they'd be like, "That son of a gun." Now, one show I I've watched, but I don't like, and that's The Bachelor.
Yeah, we don't have that here, but I haven't got. I've never
All
got
of
into.
them, I'm telling you, like my son's. I'm trying to think of the one my son used to watch all the time.
Okay, can you just clarify? So basically, one dude moves into a house with however many chicks, and he takes it in turns to date them, and then makes his mind up who he wants to marry, or don't he marry her?
Then he sends them all home until there's one left.
But does he marry her or not? They just date.
I think he either proposes to her and they get together, or like they start dating and eventually they get married. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you right now though, those shows right there, I can't do it. I
Okay,
can't
now
do it. First of all, I'm not kissing a whole bunch of women in the mouth. I think that's disgusting. So you mean to tell me there's like 30 women pining for me, and every night I gotta kiss one of them in the mouth? Oh no.
you don't have to, though, right? That's
You
your
don't have
choice.
to, but like, yeah, you don't have to, but still, like that's part of the show though. Like, say, the girl vibing you, because it's girls that actually want to be with you though. See,
But
that's
it's
crazy.
girls that want the money, they want the fame. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
they want the money, they want the fame, and they probably find you attractive. They just don't jump on a show if they think you ugly.
How do you know? Some girls are shallow.
That's true. But I know one thing though, all those shows, them Temptation Island and all those, no, I couldn't do it.
I tell you what show I have watched.
Swapping girlfriends, and oh no, I
Yeah,
can't do it.
no.
'Cause
I
then,
tell you one show
that's
that
all they do is kiss each other in the mouth. It's gross. So.
that I do like, but I absolutely absolutely preferred the American one that was on Netflix. Married at First Sight, right? Now the English version, what happens is there's 3 or 4 experts and they do like scientific tests on people, and then they couple up who they think goes together, and the first time they see each other is at the altar when they get married, right? Mm-hmm. For the first time, I saw the Australian one the other day. Now theirs is weird. They got like 10 chicks in a house, 10 dudes in a house, and they all get to know each other and then go and get married. I didn't like that. But the American one, right? They got these 10 chicks and 10 dudes in the house, and then they put them in a room where there's like a wall. Like it's like, I don't know. It's not glass. I mean, it looks like glass, but you can't see through it. Like it's frosted glass.
Oh yeah, you talk about Netflix. That wasn't.
Yeah.
Married at First Sight.
What was that called?
Come
on now, because that was the best one.
About it, but it wasn't, because it had the one 98 Degrees dude was the host, wasn't it?
I don't know who the host was, but I loved that. Like they went, say, for a week and they talked to each other through the wall, and then they talked to different people in the house, girls and stuff, and then one of the dudes had to decide who was best, and then he'd ask her to marry him.
Yeah, the white dude and the black girl got
They're still together, and he asked her to marry him within like 2 days.
Yeah, which was kind of weird.
It is, but look at them now, though.
No, you got to see Married at First Sight, and that's when they have these people, the actual Married at First Sight.
Yeah, they don't see each other till they're at the altar.
Yeah, like the guy is like a psychiatrist, a counselor, a marriage therapist, or whatever, and they interview these people, and then they put them together. But you know what made me laugh about that? Is that, Married at First Sight, they like get together and they get married, and then the honeymoon, they go on the honeymoon, and then the reality hits is after the honeymoon, they find out how they living and stuff. The one dude was living in an RV. Oh, she was like, oh no. Like he was living in an RV and she married him straight off the jump. And then
they don't tell you nothing about him, do they? They just say, here you go.
They just give him, and then they just got to figure it out.
Would you ever do that? Married at First Sight? Mm-mm. There's another show here called Don't Tell the Bride, where basically you're a couple, you go on the show and they give the groom, say, £15,000 to plan from start to finish in 3 weeks, the whole wedding. The groom's, the stag do, the hen do, bachelor, bachelorette, whatever, party, the wedding, the reception, everything. The bride ain't allowed to have no contact with him whatsoever, right? Everything is on him. Boy, there's no way I'd do that. The amount of men that's, I was just about to say something a bit rude. The amount of men that spend most of the money on a stag do for them abroad with their mates and then organise a shambles wedding. Nah. Like, he picks everything, the dress, the flowers.
I couldn't do that because I'd be like, courthouse, we're going to save all this money. We're going to bank this. Whoever married me, we banking this. We'll have a shotgun wedding, and then after that, we're going to party with that money.
You going Elvis style?
What? Somebody give me a load of money and I got bills to pay. Shoot, let's get it.
Don't think it goes like that, but it sounds good.
I'm hoping the chick got married is on board because I'll be like, you got some debt? I got some debt. Let's just go to the courthouse. But then you know what? Another show that's real popular here, them Real Housewife joints.
You got loads of them, though, right?
No, I was like, I like the Real Housewives of Atlanta when it first came out, but like now I'm just kind of like.
Wouldn't you be a bit eggy?
Reality shows when there's nothing on TV.
Wouldn't you be a bit eggy if you'd done the original one? Say Housewives of Atlanta was original, it was smashing it and through the roof. Then all of a sudden, Housewives in New York, Jersey, here, there, and everywhere takes the focus off your one. I'd be eggy. We have loads here. Like there's Housewives of Cheshire. They're supposed to be posh ones. That's like a spin-off from like The Only Way is Essex type thing. I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch it.
Let me ask you a question. What reality show would you love to be on? I know you said Apprentice because you wanted to do the same.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be on The Apprentice.
But what one would you want to be on?
Is there any reality shows where you go away on like for a nice vacation, other than marrying someone? That would be nice.
I don't know, but pick one.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say Big Brother, even though it ain't on anymore. Just because I'd love to go in a house with like 12, 13 other people I didn't know. Because I wouldn't put up with any ish, as you say. I'd literally give it to them straight with no chaser, and they'd be like, "Oh."
You wouldn't join an alliance?
No, I would not. I ain't a sheep.
You'll be voted off. I can see that right now. You'd be the first one to target.
No, because 9 times out of 10,
sweet. And then you'd be in your little conference room, like, I'm getting ready to send Josephine home, and I don't.
Yeah, but this is the thing,
Jacob.
If people cause controversy, normally they keep them people in there because that's what makes TV. But let me ask you this. Do you have celebrity versions of reality TV there? Like we had Celebrity Big Brother. We've got another one called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where they send them to the jungle and they got to survive in the jungle for however many weeks.
You know what? I can't remember, but there was this one that Redman hosted, and I don't know what it was, but they were all in a house and they would get like, it was kind of like scary, and they would have stuff come at them and they had to figure it out. I can't even think of it. Okay,
have you got one there? This is only the 3rd time it's been on and they've got a celebrity one already. Have you got one called The Circle?
Yeah, now that was on Netflix.
On Netflix? It was an English version or American one?
American one.
Where basically, let's say it's a block of flats, apartments.
Yeah,
everyone lives in one, but you don't see each other. You just communicate via text.
And you could be
you can catfish
a girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Like at the minute, they've got this is the first time they've done a celebrity one, and these 2 radio presenters, Ricky and Melvin, they're pretending to be will.i.am, and then this chick from Geordie Shore, I can't remember her name because I find her annoying. Charlotte, somebody or other, is pretending to be Peter Andre. So it's actually really good. Okay, I would like to go on that reality show, actually. But the next big question is, would you be yourself or would you catfish and pretend to be somebody else?
Nah, I'll be myself. I
think on that sort of show, if I was myself, I'd get kicked off.
I would be myself. I couldn't do it. I would have to do it myself. But if there was any reality show that I would love to be on, it's not on TV anymore, but I watched this religiously, and that was Amazing Race. Everybody knows
Amazing
that's my show.
Race. What
Yeah.
happens there?
Say like me and you would team up, okay? And they give you clues and you can go around the world. Sometimes they have them going around the world, but you have to be like top 5 to make it to the next joint. But it's all a game, like strategy. So you got to be with somebody who's like, that's going to be your partner. Like they'll give you like puzzles, clues. You might have to like carry shit, move stuff.
Do you know
And then
what I think?
all the while, you got your stuff, like your backpack full of stuff, because you still got to like change clothes and all that good jazz. And you have to get on the train to get to, you might have to say, like, if we was here, you would have to get on the train. They'll drop you off somewhere. You got to get on the train and make it to like Texas.
I definitely think maybe we should contact some shows that are on now, reality TV shows where you have to be a team. Because can you imagine me and you? Like, it would be a blast.
We would not make it. We would probably actually have a spin-off show just due to the simple fact that we would probably be arguing the whole
But
time.
you would literally
Pick up your bag. Come on.
You'd be getting so eggy. I could tell.
My God. I'd be like, what? Come on. They just look, and then and this is the fun part to me because I'm so competitive. It's so many people, and you might be looking for a clue over here, and you might be ahead, okay? All of a sudden, you see another group come, and they might figure it out and pass you. I should be eggy with you.
Oh my God. Yeah, because it'd be my fault.
We done spent 20 minutes here. They just been here for 5 minutes, and they're gone.
I'd be laughing and you'd be getting eggy. That's how it would go down.
Like, it's not funny. I'm trying to win. And
I know you'd probably be like, I knew I should have bought my brother Jay or Mike instead of
Ooh, the whole time I'll be rolling my eyes. Look, I'll be with my little backpack talking about.
And then I'll be toddling behind you and I'll be like, oh, sorry. And you'll be like, oh.
And then what makes this so bad, you get to where the guy's like waiting, and then you find out if you're dead last. If you're dead last, then you go home. So I can just see us getting there, and I'm just like pushing you behind with the backpack, like, let's go. And you just be like, and then they'll go, oh, you guys almost made it. Oh.
I'm glad to see you have so much faith in me.
Because you already told me that you don't want to run.
Okay, but let's not do a physical one then. There's got to be one that's a bit simpler than a physical one.
No, I like or
I like what's the one again with Ludacris? I like that one, but I just don't like, like at the end where they drop you in the water, where you drop you in the water and you're chained up and you've got to try and get the keys to get them out. I'll be like, I'm gonna drown.
Well, that's not everyone.
Yeah, but you can't guarantee what one you're going to get, right? You can't choose what show you go on.
Now, God rest her soul. I remember they had a Celebrity Fear Factor and John Travolta's late wife.
Oh, yeah, you said he didn't let her go in the thingy.
Ooh, he rolled up on that show. I was like, see, that's reality show for you, because they had a cab that was sitting in the air and it was like this, right? She had to climb out the window, grab all these flags off this.
Yeah, you said he wouldn't let her do it because I said, would you save me then and not let me do it? And you were like, no, I'd be there saying, go on, do it.
Girl, you can do that. We need that money. But it was but it was for like a fundraiser or something. It wasn't like she was winning anything. It was for their charity.
Yeah, if it's celebrity things, it's normally like for charity or something. Yeah.
Boy, John Travolta rode up in there. His limo was like, and like everybody was all starstruck. He was like, you come down from there. We will double her. I will double her charity she's not doing that. Get your tail on down there. She was like, oh, John. I was like, see, that's gangster right there.
See, I wonder when all the reality TV is going to come back, because it's been on pause apart from like reruns due to this corona.
Well, it's COVID.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So this one is The Circle, is the first one that's come back, but I suppose that's because they're in separate apartments or whatever, so they don't mix. But do you know what one we haven't mentioned? I went through a spate of literally watching a good few episodes at a time.
90 Day Fiance. She talks about that religiously, people.
No, I don't. I did when I watched it in the beginning, but I didn't realize there's so many. 90 Day Fiance.
I love me some 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, but hold on. There's 90 Day Fiance. Then there's Before the 90 Days. Then there's another one. And I'm like, what? I can't keep up.
Or 90 Days Abroad. Now that one,
I just want to know what happened to the girl, the blonde chick who kept going to Morocco or wherever it was. She was seen, and then I never saw her again after that. Or the chick that went to Africa, the old blonde lady, that's the young African boy's mum wouldn't say yes until the very end. Then she married him. She was always effing and blinding and swearing. She was ropey as hell. I haven't seen them again either.
I watched 90 Days Abroad. Now that was my joint. And the dude, there was one dude on there. It was a white guy. And I kid you not, he went, I think she lived in India or somewhere. And man, he was having a tough time. And then she was pregnant. He got her pregnant. And then, oh man, 90 Days Abroad, because like he living where she's from. So he don't know nobody. Oh, I felt so bad.
But some of these people
calling home, like, and his mom was like, "You just need to just come on home." He was like, "But she's having my baby." I was just like, "Oh."
But some of these people are so dumb. You know, like there was one guy, American guy, and I can't remember where the chick was from that he was talking to, but he kept sending her money. You know, she needed this, that, or the other. And they'd already agreed to meet a couple of times. He'd flown here, there, or everywhere. She stood him up, never came. So then he was like, okay, well, I'm going to go and meet her in Mexico. I've bought her a ticket. I've sent it to her, you know. The day before he went there first, was telling everyone at the hotel, oh, I'm going to meet my fiance here, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, we're so happy for you. That night, he called her saying, oh, have you got your ticket? And she was like, oh, no, I cancelled it and took the money. And he was like, why would you do that? She was like, oh, because I can't come, you know. So he was just on the rest of the holiday miserable. And they were saying to him, well, what are you going to do now? And he was like, I don't know. So he went back home and still carried on talking to her, sending her money and arranging for another trip. I mean,
let me tell you.
I don't know if anyone who hasn't watched it, basically what happens is somebody, say from America, has met someone online and is talking to them from a different country, and they get a visa to visit them for 90 days. And within that 90 days, you have to get married. Otherwise, that person is sent back home. So that's why it's called 90 Day Fiance.
And that's another thing. I couldn't do it.
Don't you think them shows make a mockery out of marriage, thinking about it? Marriage is the sacred thing that should be for life, I think. And I know it don't always work out like that, but you shouldn't mess around with things like that. That's a serious commitment.
Well, the whole 90 days is you got 90 days to figure it out, I guess. I don't know. I personally ain't doing none of those shows. I like to do like survivor shows, like, you know, you got to survive, you got to do a quiz, or, you know what I mean?
Listen, I ain't being funny. Remember I said to you about this chick from The Only Way is Essex, Gemma Collins? She's a larger lady, blonde. She's made millions of pounds, like not only from that show, but she's got her own fashion brand now, perfume, her own show. I love her. She's a bit like Piers Morgan, Marmite. You either like her or you don't. I don't know why I like her, because she can be quite annoying, but I love her.
If you know what else? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You made me forget my thread. Oh my God. Carry on. You can carry on now. It's gone.
I love reality cooking shows.
Oh, what, like MasterChef?
And there's a show here called Bar Rescue.
Oh, where they give it a revamp?
Yeah. I can't think of the dude. Tavis something. John Talley or whatever his name is, but he's like this bar guru or whatever. and he throws these cameras into like your bar and say like you're in debt up to kazoo, and then you hire him to help you figure out what's going wrong with your bar and all that. And then he record. Oh man, he talks to them like they ain't ish.
What was the
Oh, he
show?
talks to them like they ain't ish. It's called
There
Bar
was an
Rescue.
American show where they did up your house, but the guy knocked it down, like a white guy with a team on a bus, and they'd go just basically knock the whole house down and build it back up again, and then you'd probably get a car or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you, them home shows make me so mad.
Mad?
I do. I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't. There is one that I do like where you gotta find your crib when you're moving abroad or whatever. And I just don't get how people just get really picky. There was this chick, she moved to like Switzerland or something. You're not going to get the same type of crib in Switzerland that you have in America. The lady was like, lighten up, lady. Like, this is not America. I was just like, yo, she was going kind of in on the lady. She was like, lady, this is what you paid for. She's like, well, I only want to pay like certain amount a month, you know what I mean? It could be like euros a month or whatever. And she's like, I want a 2-bedroom. Yeah. She was like, and the lady, I love the real estate lady. She was like Swedish, or I don't know where it was from, but she was like, look here, lady, for what you're at, for the amount of money you're asking, you're going to get a 1-bedroom. I was just like, she was going.
Okay, I want to change my answer. You said what reality show would I be on? I've just remembered another one. You know me, winging it. There's one on Sky Arts called Master of Photography. It's for 8 weeks. So basically there's 8 photographers.
You knock that out the park.
And they go there and they'll be like, okay, here's a room full of photographic equipment. You got 5 minutes to choose your equipment, and then you're going to Italy. This is your task. What you got to take everyone gets the same thing. And then obviously they judge your photos, and whoever's the least favorite goes home.
Yeah. Now, do you like those singing reality shows?
What, like X Factor?
Yeah, like The Voice, or I did like The Ring. Now, I don't know if y'all had that.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the beginning when we talked about
P. Diddy and DJ Khaled, and then they had like a special guest, and they would have, what happens, you would come out, okay? Let me make sure I'm saying this right. You could sing. First of all right, this is called The Ring. They had 5 people. P. Diddy, DJ Khaled, and all of them had 5. I think it's like 5 people they already picked, okay, to be on the panel. Like, they think they are the ish. Like, P. Diddy and them think they the ish. Now, you say you're a good singer, okay? They have the 5 contestants sing. That's the first joint. You get to hear them sing, all right? Now, the contestant part is where you come on the show and sing. Now, if say like there's 5 rings on the thing. So the judges give you the quality. they'll by the rings let you know if you make it to the next joint. Now, this is what happens. If you make it, you get to pick who you want to sing against.
You pick someone to sing against?
Yes, like say the 5 people that.
So if you pick someone to sing against and they're better than you, then you go home?
Yes. If you don't, look, because the audience picks. The P. Diddy and them don't pick. All they do is pick you. If they think you're good enough to battle one of them, then all 5 rings light up, and then you have to pick who you want to go against. So say like if I'm singing, you're already up there. You ain't even sang yet. You're already up there. P. Diddy and them already selected you. And I go up and I start singing, and they go, oh man, he's pretty good. I want to hear him battle whoever he picks, okay? Yo. Say I win, I go, I want to pick Soph. Soph comes down and tears the mic down then
Oh,
I have to come after you and sing. And then the audience picks who decides to stay. So say like my song was maybe a little bit better than yours,
mm-hmm.
and then I sing again, guess what? The audience picks. You can go home.
Yeah, there's a lot of different
Oh
singing.
man, now that to me, that is dope.
Well, I haven't seen that one. It might be on, I don't know, MTV or something if I look for it. But there's so many singing ones, you get put off really. But the only thing I don't like about them singing ones is, you know, when like X Factor say they have a judge with 3 contestants or 4 contestants, it's whatever song is chosen that's what's going to make you or break you,
And
because
that's how
they
I
could
look at
give
it
you a
too.
song that ruin you. I'm not saying you can't sing, but it don't suit your voice, so therefore you sound not as great, and then you get voted off and go home. So 9 times out of 10 it is the song that's chosen for you, not
What's the song choice? I think sometimes it is the song choice,
mm,
but sometimes, I always look at it like this because I like to sing. And I think sometimes it's the nervousness gets the best of some people.
mm.
Get nervous. And I like sometimes where some judges can see that, like they're nervous, and then you can just be like, they'll like Simon's famous for that. He just be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I like, he normally says stop, stop, stop,
Go back.
have you
Yo,
got
yo,
a different song, sing something else.
or he'll be like, or go back. We'll
Yeah,
call
come back in an hour's time.
Yeah, come back and get it right. Now, that's one thing that I do like.
Do
I
you
like
have
those singing shows.
do you have one there called The Masked Singer?
I don't like that show.
It's
Yeah, but yeah.
absolute trash, ain't it? Who came up with that idea? It is
Well,
terrible.
actually, somebody came with that overseas, and then somewhere overseas it was started first, and then Nick Cannon brought it over here, and he's just making
I ain't a fan.
just dump trucks full of money because he just be making up shows. He be bringing. I gotta give it to him. He do be bringing shows in the mix.
Well, I'm not a fan, but anyway, yeah. So we got music, reality. Basically, we're not actually real fans of reality TV. We just wanted to
Can't stand it, but Naked and Afraid I'll watch.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh my gosh! Did you ever watch Naked and Afraid?
The hell is that?
Oh man, it's like this is a man and a woman. They drop them off in like the desert or the jungle, butt ass naked. Okay, and then you gotta find each other, and then you pick like 2 little what's the names to carry with you. Like you could bring like a knife or like, and
And you
gotta
ain't even got
survive.
any knickers on.
None.
And they show you everything.
They don't show you. It's like blurred, and you're butterball naked. And the thing about it is, like, you got some people are like crafty. They make like little bikini tops and stuff out of like grass and stuff like that, or sandals. They try to make, but you pretty much butterball naked. And the thing about me is,
I'm telling you, a man came up with that idea of a show.
but yo, it's successful over here. It's like, yo,
How?
and then
What's
like
it?
you have to survive. You have to travel. You and another person got to travel to get rescued. You gotta
Okay, tell me what it's called again. I'm going to look for it.
naked and afraid.
Naked and Afraid. I mean, I nearly swore then. Okay, I'm going to see if I can, even if I watch it on
To
YouTube.
me, period. I just don't like it because women, you know, I've yet to see somebody on there that a woman she ain't on her period. She always on her period.
Rich, why did you have to bring that?
Because it's true. I've never seen that one episode where a woman ain't on her period or getting ready to be on her period. I'll be like, man, you're about to get ate alive. You be in the jungle or the desert or.
Has there ever been one where a couple have met and they've got together? I
think there was one, but they were from 2 different states, but they got along well. I don't know if they got together, but they really liked. That's the first time I seen where they actually like they clicked and they handled business to where both of them survived at the end, and they end up being friends afterwards. I don't know if they started dating, but they ended up being friends. But you know what I do be tripping off of? You be seeing the ish come out of some dudes, and the women be looking at them like, this dude is sorry.
I can't believe that.
The one lady, the dude fell out. He was like this. He couldn't even finish. She ended up doing the whole. She ended up finishing it by herself.
I can't
Like
believe.
you get a category rating at the end.
I can't believe Funday Friday topic has ended on naked and afraid.
I know, right?
Only here, folks. You only get that here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
You know what I'm waiting for.
This week we are doing a series review. Rich has been literally wetting himself to do. So I'm going to sit back. Rich, what's this week's series?
Your Honor. Oh my God, that show is so good. It's about a judge, okay, and his son gets caught in an accident. I can't even tell you no more because if I tell you any more, it's just gonna blow your mind. But I kid you not, I loved Your Honor. It is on a premium channel here, Showtime.
Yeah, it's on Sky Atlantic here.
And if you like Breaking Bad, I can't think of the gentleman's name, but the star of Breaking Bad, matter of fact.
I didn't watch Breaking Bad, I've got to say.
Yeah, hold on, I got it.
But no Breaking Bad for me.
Yeah, hold on, let me look it up.
I can't believe you haven't come prepared. This was your joint. You've been on about this for
I know.
weeks.
I got so excited.
It's literally only just come out over here. That's why. So when we talk about series or whatever, Rich has been on. Have you watched it? Have you watched it? Have you watched it? Watch your runner. Watch your runner. Blah, blah. Now it's finally here and he can talk about it. He ain't prepared for once.
I know. Oh my God, it's the best.
New co-host needed.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, Emmy Award winner. I think everything he touches on TV, I can't even see him in a regular movie. I'd rather see him on TV because he is I swear, I'm telling you, hands down, Your Honor is hands down got the.
Now listen, everybody's got to watch it. Everybody's got to watch it. For the simple fact is, you literally mounted the screen then just to get your point across. You were up close and personal.
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, you guys got to watch it. Your Honor is ish.
What are you
watching it?
What are you going to give it out of 5?
A straight 5. If I could give it a 6, I would.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to lie. I've only watched after you.
Nope, after you.
Come on, this is your moment to shine, Your Honor.
Nope. I'm a gentleman. Go ahead. Ladies first.
I've literally only watched one episode because it has only just come out over here. But I will say your series are much better than your film reviews used to be because
used to be. I'm about to say used to be.
Yeah, I said used to be because we're on the same wavelength now. We try and do new ones that neither of us have seen. So.
Well, wait a minute, though. Towards the end, before the radio station did pick us to do movie reviews, was I hitting on all cylinders? Be honest.
You were starting an incline up, so you were getting
exactly there. Okay. Because I found her niche. Found her niche, and she was just like, "Oh my God, if I ain't crying."
It's either one or the other with you. Terribly shit or crying. But I will admit, this Your Honor did have me like, like no.
There's so many plot twists in this thing.
Plot twist.
And then the ending is just going to floor anybody. Whoever watched Your Honor.
You watched it all now?
I watched every last bit of it.
Is there going to be is they left it open for a second season?
No, because it's a limited series. When they say limited series, that means there is just one.
How many is there episodes?
10.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you, you're going to wash it. She calls it washing when she watches it all in one bit. In one
binge watching.
Yeah. But I'm going to tell you right now, the ending is going to just,
blow your mind.
So what you going to give it? Just because you only watched one episode, I can understand if you give it a low rating. But
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 so far. I'm going to give it a rating out of what I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that first episode blew me away. I was just like,
yes, I'm sucked in.
Yeah, you will be sucked in. Wait a minute. You would enjoy it. It's Fun Friday.
I don't know
you'll be.
what you've been on, man. Naked and afraid, sucked off, bloody hell, whatever else is going to come out of your mouth today.
I'm gonna tell you what was really funny. I was on TikTok last night, right? And you know how you have certain what's names. There was this one I just happened to watch, and the lady said, and it threw me off too. She goes, "I can cook, I can clean, I can take care of kids, and I can suck the soul out of you." I was like, "What?" Caught me off guard. I was like, because she looked like a little homemaker. I was just like, "Oh, okay, all righty then."
Wow.
Suck the soul
Alrighty,
out.
so 10 out of 10 for Your Honor. If anyone's seen it, please comment what you think. If anyone
Your
hasn't
Honor,
seen
if
it
you've
yet,
seen it, please comment because I know I ain't the only one. Sorry.
if you haven't seen it, please watch it if you've got time. Tell us if you're as big a fan as Richard. Let us all know. Come on and be like, oh my God, just like Rich.
I'm sorry. You know how I get when I feel a hit.
You can always tell when you are passionate about something because you're
I will sell that thing.
You're either like really extra or you're like up close and personal and oh my God, I'm in the mic and oh, we're here. But
I can't help it.
Before we go, there was two things, but it's three things I want to say. First thing is we got a competition giveaway again.
Oh yeah!
Competition giveaway. So basically on our socials, either Facebook or the gram, you got to caption us. We've got a still. You just got to caption what we are thinking or saying. Best one wins. You got till I want to say the 19th. Let me just have a look at I'm totally getting the days mixed up, but let me have a look and I'll be able to tell you.
Are we going to announce live on Insta?
Do you know what? The day before, yes, that was the second thing I was going to say. Next Saturday, we have got this month's March live.
Booyaka.
Live on Instagram. So the competition is till next Friday. So we will announce the winner live and direct on Instagram live on Saturday. Live. Also, I've seen on Instagram that you can have up to 4 people on the same live. So we could be tempted to invite somebody on to chat with us live. Oh, that would be dope. Imagine? I don't know how you do it. I'll research it.
I would love to have one of our fan favorites that like
Esther. I'm calling you out, Esther. You got to step up.
No, I'm calling old boy. What's my man's name? Coleman. Is his name Coleman?
Sekou Coleman.
Coleman. I want Coleman to come on.
Okay, well, one at a time, please, because it could get too much. I'm calling Esther. She's our right-hand girl. She always.
I'm calling Coleman. That's our right-hand dude. He was our first person to order something off our website.
Okay, so, yeah, well, let me just research how you do it because I'd hate for us to get it wrong. But anyway, competition is live now on the gram and the book.
All right, tell them why. Tell them why though. And I'm getting ready to see what the contest is about.
Why what?
Why we're having the giveaway.
Oh, because we said we would have one when we hit 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel. And I last checked and we had 157. Whether it is up since then, I'm not sure. But yesterday it was at 157.
Because it's 100. It was 148 last night.
Oh, maybe it's 140.
It's 100 and. Hold on.
Talk about keeping us in suspenders.
152 subscribers.
Oh, that's what it was. 152, not 157. They look similar anyway. So yeah, that's why we got the competition. Go in it. You can enter as many times as you want. Be as imaginative.
I'm cracking up. Because I'm cracking up off these comments. So keep going. You got it. You got all the way to the 19th.
And then, yeah, that's Friday it closes. Saturday is the live. Now, the last thing I want to say, I just want to say thank you so much, Rich, for sharing your story with us last Sunday. Last Sunday's Serious Sunday was about grief and the loss of a loved one, and it was a really hard show for us to do. But I just wanted to say thanks for sharing your story with
You know what? I want to
us.
say thank you to you because I'm gonna tell you that was a hard one.
Mm.
A serious Sunday, like that was like serious,
Oh
serious.
yeah, that you couldn't get no more serious than that.
You couldn't get any serious. So you know what? I just want to thank you for sharing your little bit of tidbits because I know that was kind of hard because it was hard for me. So I know if it was hard for me, it was hard for you. So I just want
It
to
was.
thank you as well, my partner in crime, on sharing some of your inside world, you know.
Ride or die. Right, let's close up this show because I think we've gone over again. That'll be 2 weeks in a row we've gone over our time. But
You're famous for that. Just want to say that. Are you doing one of my moves? All right, people. This is Soph.
this is Rich.
And we are from across the pond. Yupper. See you
All
on
right,
Sunday.
Rich. See you Sunday for some more serious Sunday. Have a lovely weekend.
Hey, you too. Enjoy yourself.
Yepper.
Yupper.